When I was in kindergarten, I was traumatized by pancakes. And ever since the age of 5, I've had this like deep hatred towards this type of food. And you know, it might seem like I'm overreacting, but if I actually go through the story, I hope you'll understand by the end of it why I feel the way I do towards this evil food called pancakes. So anyways, it all started when I was in kindergarten. I was 5 years old, and our teacher called us all to the carpet. And for those of you who don't know, we have like tables and chairs on one side of the classroom, and then there's like this carpet area where everyone comes and sits on the floor like the carpet, and the teacher's on like a chair with like a whiteboard. So we all go there, and the teacher starts writing pancake party. So everyone gets like super lit. And me, I'm kind of like new to the country at this time, so I don't really know what a pancake is. I've only ever seen it in like TV shows and cartoons, so I kind of have like an idea. You eat it during breakfast, but I'm kind of clueless. I don't know what it tastes like. I don't know what it actually looks like in real life. So I'm just kind of coasting along here, and everyone seems to be super hyped. So this teacher writes down everybody's name on the whiteboard, and she's like asking everyone one by one how many pancakes everyone wants. So some people say 2 pancakes, some people say 4. This one kid named Norman, bro, this guy, I don't know what this guy's deal is, but he ordered 13 pancakes. I'm just sitting there like, bro, you're 5 years old. You can't even spell pancake. What are you talking about 13 pancakes? But, anyways, what's even crazier is that the teacher writes down 13. Like, come on, like, you're supposed to be the adult in the room. Like, how are you entertaining this? But anyways, she asks me, and I honestly, like, I don't know if I'm going to like pancakes. And, if I don't like it, I'm going to be forced to eat all of them. So I was like, you know what, let's play it safe. I'll just order 1 pancake. And then my teacher's looking at me like I'm some sort of weirdo. She's like, you're only gonna have 1 pancake? Are you sure about that? I'm like, why is this like such a big deal? Like, you had no problem ordering 13 for that one kid Norman, but you were freaking out over me ordering 1? Like, come on, maybe I'm not hungry. But anyways, I swear this teacher had something against me. So a few days go by, and the pancake day arrives, and everyone is super excited. Like, you could feel the buzz in the classroom, right? And then she hands out everyone's pancakes. Like, how many you ordered? You get like 2, you get 3. I get my 1 singular pancake. And let me tell you, this is the most disappointing thing I have ever seen in my life. I was expecting some type of cake, because it says pancake. This shit does not look like a cake. It's anything but a cake. It's just like this sorry little like circular brown thing. Like, this is horrible. Why is everyone getting so turned up about this? I'm sorry if you're like a pancake fan, but like, I don't understand the hype. I didn't understand back then. I still don't understand it right now. So anyways, I'm like, you know what? Maybe this pancake doesn't look like a cake, but at the end of the day, it has the word cake in it, so I'm going to treat it like a cake. So I start, using this plastic knife, and I start cutting this cake like it's a birthday cake, and I start like singing to myself like happy birthday. And this is probably top 5 saddest moments of my life. I'm just disappointed that I don't get cake, but I'm cutting this pancake into tiny little pieces. And then my teacher comes towards me, and she's like, she calls out my name, and she starts going crazy. She's like, like, what is the meaning of this type shit, And I'm like, what's going on? I'm just trying to enjoy my pancake. Like, am I not allowed to cut my pancake? And she's like, you were only supposed to have 1 pancake. Why are you eating more than 1? And I'm like, in my head, I couldn't verbalize this because I was horrible at like communicating. So I just kind of like stood there frozen because I don't know how to like combat this adult who's like going crazy towards me. And I'm just like frozen there like a deer in headlights. And then she's like, if you wanted more pancakes than 1, you should have ordered more. I asked you if you wanted 1 or not. I'm like, lady, I don't know how you're supposed to be teaching me math because you're my teacher, but you know, if you cut one pancake into multiple pieces, at the end of the day, it's still one pancake. I know I'm not supposed to learn fractions until grade 2, but like clearly something is amiss here. But I couldn't articulate this in real life like when I was 5 years old. I wish I could go back in time. I would say a lot of things to her in this moment. But anyways, she takes my spoon and my fork. I haven't even had one bite out of my pancake yet. She takes my utensils away from me. She grabs my hand and then she drags me outside of the classroom and then she makes me stand outside. And I'm just sitting there staring at a wall, contemplating on how, like, what decisions did I make in my life to end up in this position at this moment in time. I'm bewildered. Like, this is horrible. And it doesn't make any sense to me. Now that I'm like saying this out loud for the first time, because I never told the story to anyone. Now that I'm saying it out loud, maybe, I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she thought that I was snatching some other kids' pancakes because I was jealous that I only ordered one, and maybe like the multiple pieces she couldn't see. Maybe she was like a little blind and she thought that the multiple pieces of my singular pancake were multiple pieces from multiple different pancakes. I don't know, but anyways, it doesn't make any sense to me. It was cruel. And ever since that day, I have had a burning, passionate hatred towards pancakes. I am team waffles all day, every day. Give me my waffles with maple syrup. I don't really particularly like waffles either, but just because I hate pancakes so much, I feel forced to kind of like waffles more. But if it was up to me, I hate breakfast. I don't like breakfast in general. But, actually, if there's any kids watching this, you should always eat your breakfast, eat your greens, eat healthy, stay away from candy, stay away from drugs, stay in school. And yeah, thank you for listening to me yap about my traumatic pancake experiences. I hope you enjoyed my trauma. Thank you.